here with Nailya from the Fable Photography. Nailya, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm excited to dive in. So can you kind of just talk about what goes on behind the scenes when it comes to preparing for a photo shoot?
Preparing for a photo shoot, it always depends what kind of photo shoot I'm having. If it's a family photo shoot, I kind of look at my previous photo shoots just to remind myself about poses and stuff, even though like I probably don't really have to, but sometimes just to refresh, I'm like, okay, I'm planning to do this. They have like 3 kids, I'm gonna do this poses, because if it's like more than one child, we can do so much more, because when it's 5 kids, you can do so many different poses and stuff. So I can just remind myself like how to place people, and yeah, really.
I think a lot of
That's
people don't
most.
realize the work that goes into it. They think you just show up and you just take the pictures.
Well, it all begins with a contract, right?
Yes.
Behind the scenes, first thing, people reach out, or I reach out to someone. If someone posted on Facebook, say, I'm looking for a photographer. So that's the first step. I contact them. I let them know who I am, what I'm doing, my prices, if they ask. And then from there, it goes to contract, invoice, and all that good
Yes.
stuff, a prepayment, and then, of course, sometimes they ask to meet, like if it's elopement. I don't offer wedding pictures anymore. I have young children, so it just takes a little longer. Yeah. So I still do elopements, and sometimes people want to meet in person for those too. So we go to local coffee shop or just library, and we sit down. I show them my previous work, because not everything on my website. And then from there, it kind of goes to, we meet for the photo shoot, and depends on the weather too. If we planned outdoor shoot, and if it's really bad weather that day, we have options. We can always use some indoor places locally, even greenhouses. Nice. I've asked, like, locally we have Black Diamond. I love them because they saved me many times, because they say, yeah, come on over anytime. So often, if weather is really bad outside, I take them there because it's beautiful. It's all greenery, and I love plants. So they look great on pictures, and kids love exploring greenhouse too. So I get to snap some real life shots, not just post stuff. So yeah.
I love it. And can you talk about some of the work that goes into post and the editing process of that? Because you obviously take the pictures, but that's not it. You have to put in a lot of work when it comes to actually like editing that. Like, can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, editing definitely takes much longer than just an hour long photo shoot. And I'm a little bit OCD, I would say, a little perfectionist. So oftentimes I sit on one picture for like 45 good minutes. Especially when you begin with the first picture, oftentimes, you decide like, okay, which colors I'm gonna, like, what kind of colors, presets maybe I will utilize today. There's some nice presets especially for fall time. They kind of make it more earthy colors. If there's greenery, they a little bit tone the greenery down. I love using presets, or I create my own presets. I just play around with the first photo, create a preset that I really like, so then I can like copy and paste it on other photos. But because sometimes light's still a little different, you go under the trees, it's a little different light. You go on an open field, it's different light. You still have to adjust each photo after, even when you create preset and stuff. So, and then you sit there and you look at people's faces, is there something with the skin? Like oftentimes, teenagers, they have pimples on their face, acne, and I know like in 5 years they won't have them. It's not like a birthmark, that's forever with you. It's part of your personality, part of your beautiful face, right? But it's something like people wouldn't want to see in 5 years on the photo. Yeah. And usually, actually, I ask my clients like, hey, not to be rude, but I usually ask, would you like me to remove, clean out the skin or not? And most people say, yes, please, Yeah. Like, I don't think I have anyone say no. Like some moms, like with teenage boys, they say you can, a little bit, but you don't have to like make it perfect. It's him. So it's And yeah, and sometimes people ask me, ladies, sometimes, especially if it's like postpartum, like the pictures like, of newborns and family with newborn. A lot of moms ask me to like, can you please just get rid of some of those little rolls,
Yeah.
And I'm like, of course, because they know they're going to slim down in a few months and they just freshly postpartum. And it's beautiful that their bodies change so well, but it's their choice. They ask me and I kind of go for it and do it. I'm not going to do it without asking, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to be asking them. They ask me and then I do it. I think the bodies are beautiful, yeah, because it's a lovely change, So yeah, it takes a lot, and I would say on average, each photo shoot, like an hour-long family photo shoot, can take me up to 6 hours to
Wow.
edit. Depends, if they're acne on the face. Again, like if they're teenagers, and like each photo, I can't just remove it on one photo and copy paste it. Sadly, you have to work on each. I'm sure there are AI programs for that, but I don't use AI, So I kind of like hand editing and like more natural look. So yeah, it takes a while.
I love it.
Yeah.
And why do you enjoy capturing people's moments in time?
Well, just looking back at my own childhood pictures, I don't have too many. Like my mom doesn't have too many. I would love to have more photos of my mom, but she grew up in Soviet Union. Most of her pictures from her childhood black and white, and even my photos from my childhood, I have black and white photos. I know in America, even my husband's grandparents had colorful photos, but even in my childhood, like when I was like 1 or 2, or up to like 3 or 4, I think. I have black and white photos of me. So like I wish I had more colorful ones, and more photos. Like my dad passed away when I was 6, and I think I can sadly count on my fingers how many pictures I have with him. Honestly, I think I have 2 or 3 photos with my
Wow.
dad. So it's kind of like important for me. I think it's important to capture this, and I got my very first camera with a film when I was 7. My brother actually got it for me for my 7th birthday, and I remember posing my cousins. I would go to my cousin's house, and they're older than me, 6 and 10 years older than me, right? And I'm this 7 or 8 year old girl. I'm like, okay, now you put this dress on and sit on that couch, on that chair, and I'll take photo of you. Then we flip, I would tell them like, okay, you stand there. I'm gonna smile now. Sit right here. You snap picture of me. I have a whole photo album since I got my first camera. That like it's just me and my cousins swapping clothes and posing on the same chair. And I think it's so cute and funny. Up to age 7, I don't have many photos. But then when I got that first camera, just looking back at all those pictures, we even have photo of us sitting in a banya, banya, Russian sauna, with the towels and all this birch tree sticks, traditional Russian sticks that we use in Russia to, massage ourselves or hit each other in a banya, in a sauna. They hanging over our heads, and we're sitting there all cute like this, lipsticks on, and I think it's so cute. I have that photo, and it's so sweet. So I think capturing memories, it's so important. And just looking back at those photos, I'm so glad I have those photos, because otherwise I could have probably forgotten about some of the moments. And yeah, life is short. Sometimes you have to, just open up those photos and remember some people by photos, sadly. But I'm so glad I have those photos. And I think it's so important for families to have more family photos. Oftentimes, moms don't have any family pictures with their kids because it's a mom taking a photo with her phone. And then you look or family when, a teacher asks, or, hey, bring your family photo to class so we can hang it on the wall. Mom is like, oh, I don't have any with me on it. Do I Photoshop myself into that family photo? So I'm so glad to be a photographer, to be there for them, to snap photos. And yeah, it's very important. And actually every year around Mother's Day, I offer one free photo shoot for a single
Amazing.
mom. Like for one single mom, and just meet someone. I'm very social, so I meet people, and I just pick one single mom that I know, and I offer free family photo shoot, like with your children. Yeah.
I love that. And I think people can feel your passion when you do it because it comes from a place of like, I wish I had this. You're
Yeah.
not just doing it for the money. You're like not just doing it just to take pictures.
Yeah.
it's an actual passion that you've had for years.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, so glad to be doing this.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And I think a big thing when people are taking pictures is they're very nervous to be awkward. And they're very nervous to like, what do I do with my hands? How do I stand there? How do you kind of help people get over that, like, that awkward feeling and allow them to be their authentic self?
Well, I just become awkward one.
Yes.
I make funny jokes and make funny faces, and I make funny noises, like animal noises. So kids will look at me or parents, and I would say there would be teenagers standing there, so serious for his senior pictures, right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
want to smile, and I will be like, "Come on, cutie pie, you can do it." And of course, that brings a smile on
Yeah,
their
yeah.
face, and like I have those natural moments, and mom's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you captured that." So I become awkward one. I become funny one. That's how I do it.
So you really show them like, hey, you can be comfortable. This isn't just
Yeah.
this super serious
Yeah.
thing. Like we can
No.
have fun and do it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I make them laugh, and like I said, I become the awkward one, so they don't have to. Yeah, and it makes right away it makes the situation more comfortable for them. They're like, okay, she's funny. Let's laugh it out, and it'll be fun. It wouldn't be like, okay, sit like this, sit like that.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like more natural movement. Like sometimes I just tell my family, like families that I work with, like, okay, just walk, look at each other, and laugh hysterically. And they're like, laugh hysterically, and then I start laughing hysterically,
Yeah.
and then they laughing at me hysterically because it's funny. All of a sudden, she's laughing. So, yeah. So that's how I kind of warm it up for them.
Have you had to learn to be like that and like just bring fun into it?
I don't think I had to learn. I think just all my life I've been very extrovert, and I love meeting people. I love to know more people and just connect with people. Networking is like my favorite thing. Yeah, like last year when we meet was when my friend Christina was moving here. She posted that she needed someone who spoke Russian. And then 35 people on Facebook tagged me. All my American friends just tagged Nailya Weber, Nailya Weber, Nailya Weber. So I'm just social. I love meeting. I think everyone knows Nailya from Russia in Petersburg, Ohio. So yeah, and it's fun. I love meeting. I love connecting. And my clients feel comfortable because I'm friendly. And that's what, like, I think being a yoga instructor too is just, I know how to be friendly and connect with people. It helps too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people can feel that you actually care.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. I have one more question for you.
Yes.
When you got into photography at the age of 7, did you imagine that you were going to be where you are today?
No, I actually went to school for economics and management, and back at home in Russia I have bachelor's degree. And my passion for photography was there, and I actually was in modeling school, and I modeled myself, and it was fun, and just I think being in modeling school kind of taught me some poses too, so that's a benefit of it, being a photographer. And then I came to this country, you know, had like little jobs here and there, and I even worked at Costco giving out samples. Favorite person at Costco, you know. So one that feeds you, right, for free.
Yes.
I got part-time jobs here and there, and then I had a few full-time jobs. But because my mom, again, like because I was raised by mom, because my dad passed away when I was little, she always worked. So I barely saw her at home. And for me, it kind of like at one moment I realized that I want to spend more time with my children. I want to have something flexible job that I could still make money, you know, and connect with people. But at the same time, I want to be there for my kids, for their swim meets, for gymnastics meets, you know, just for anything, like concerts at school. Like my mom couldn't go to many of my concerts at school, you know. It was kind of a little sad as a child, you know. So I'm so glad I have this flexibility where I can still work. When they're at school, I can work and I can edit pictures from home. Even when they go to sleep, like in my busy season, I get my laptop and I edit, you know, probably not the best for my body, but I have to do what I have to do for my family, and that's what I love about. And that's how I became photographer again, from age 7 to
Yeah.
age. I started this 5 years ago, and during pandemic, October 2020, my friend, my very my soul sister, one of my closest friends, she lived next door to me, Ashley, and she was a photographer, and she was moving away to Texas, and I was her second shooter many times because she knew I loved photography too, and when she was moving away, she's like, Naila, you should just do it yourself. You're so good at this, And so nice to have that encouragement
Yeah.
from a friend or, someone you love. And so she was that encouragement for me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So, I went online, I applied for vendor's license, and here I was.
That's awesome.
A
Love the story.
photographer.
Love the
Yeah.
journey from the age of 7 to now.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is.
Those are the questions I have for you. How
Okay.
can people find you, and what is one thing you want to leave people with?
All right, thefablephotography.com is my website. Then social media, Instagram and Facebook, The Fable Photography. My personal page, Nailya Weber, if you prefer that way. I'm only Nailya Weber on Facebook and Instagram. So what I want to leave people with. Be kind to others, respect others' boundaries and yourself, your own boundaries, and be kind, enjoy this life, go for things you want to go for, don't be afraid, it will
Yes.
work out. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.